I put tap water in this? Ugh. That's disgusting. Well, it's not that bad. In the south, the tap water is actually pretty well treated. It just tastes like iron, and lots of iron. It's healthy for you, but it's iron. It tastes like iron. It's probably one of the most nastiest flavors ever. Actually, I need to get another sip. I've been talking for a while. Alright, well, nevertheless, let's go ahead and continue with the rest of my high school freshman experience. What is the one big thing that I've done? Oh, I know. It was the shop class. It was shop class. One of the most fun classes I've ever had in freshman year was shop class. Now, shop class, and then we had a teacher called Mr. Davis, and he was a really cool guy. He was one of those guys that like listened to. He was a very young teacher. He kind of looked like a very skinny leprechaun. Like I think he had something kind of like Irish origin in him, in his family or something, or in his genes. And I don't know. Whenever he grew out his goatee and beard, he just want to put a green top hat on him and just be like, oh, look at that, it's a leprechaun. I don't know. I'm not trying to say like he was short. I guess it was kind of. I don't know. He was about my height. When I was a freshman, I think I was about his height. So I guess he was pretty short for a grown man. I don't know. He was pretty young though. He was one of the youngest teachers at my high school, and he was one of the coolest teachers as well. He was the kind of guy that would, just put on like old school or like grunge metal and just, blast it in classroom and just have everybody work on the project. And he was probably one of the coolest teachers ever. Like, he was the kind of guy that, he didn't just say like, alright class, we're gonna start working on projects, and this is your syllabus, so you can follow the syllabus and follow the schedules. No, he was a hip guy. He was a cool guy. Me saying hip. It's not really hip to say hip, is it? Whatever. He was a cool guy. He was a, pretty modernized guy. And I don't know. He was a really cool teacher. He actually looked out for students. I know I'm gonna skip several years now, but somewhere throughout senior year, my brother and I arrived to high school, and we drove our car, and we shared a car at the time. We still do because it's just convenient. And what ended up happening is that my bad. I'm good now. Okay. Gonna stop. I'm not purposely delaying it. It's just my throat is literally straining a little bit. What ended up happening is that my brother accidentally had the lights on when I left. I didn't turn around to check just to make sure because I don't know. I just didn't think about it. I think I had a test at the time. And then we come back, and at that day we actually have like college classes. We were actually taking college classes while in senior high school, because like 2 classes in high school, 2 classes in college. That was like the deal. That was the program that we were under, and I kind of liked it. Nevertheless, that will be for another story to tell. Don't worry, there'll be many stories about that to tell for sure, like next week's and whatever. But what ended up happening is we got back and the battery died for the car. My brother tried starting it up, nothing would happen. So after arguing for a while, we're like, okay, we gotta stop arguing, gotta figure out what we gotta do. And the first thing that came to my head is we need to get somebody that we know to help us jump the car. And the first person I could think of is Davis. Davis was the kind of guy that would actually looked out for his students. I remember there was some trouble kids in my class and other classes. They were troubled but they probably didn't have the best home environment. But Davis actually looked out for them, actually offered them advice. If let's say he caught them like smoking cigarettes or something, he wouldn't tell on them. He wouldn't tell to the principal or anybody else on them. He would just kind of just go outside and talk to them. Just kind of see if he could like not get on their head, but get to know them a little bit more as people. And it was really cool to see that kind of teacher go that far for the students. Usually a teacher would just be like, hey, stop smoking, I'm gonna report, like, come with me, I'm gonna report you to the principal, and you're gonna have a big talking to. No, he was the kind of guy that, he was a cool guy. He was actually, like, he would sit down with students, or he would actually, like, go chill with students, actually talk to them, talk things out with them, and actually get to know them on a personal level, figure out where, like, why they're acting out, where's their, like, behavior coming from, and kind of be like, okay, look, I understand you're dealing with some stuff, but doing, like, smoking cigarettes is not really going to benefit you. If anything, it's going to hurt you, it's going to harm you. You gotta look out for yourself, and you gotta make sure you look out for your health, because your health is going to be important in the future. Because let's say you start working and your health is bad, then you have to miss work. That's not good, especially like after you're done with high school. And I don't know. I'm just making up a random thing. I'm pretty sure he wasn't that lame of a person to actually talk about like, well, you see here, when someday you're gonna be working and you're gonna need your health. You see, I'm pretty sure he didn't do that. That just me, just coming up with something. But he was a really cool guy. He was one of those kids, one of those teachers that actually looked out for the students, and you don't really see that a lot in like high school teachers, because I mean, they're pretty much like social workers. They just have to deal with you. They're like babysitters. They gotta deal with you for a little bit, and then once the day is over, shoo, go away, get the hell out of here. I don't need you. Who the hell are you? Or when when we get out for summer, like, get out of here. Summer, shoo, we don't need you. Yeah. Some of you may understand exactly what I'm talking about. Like, just teachers just did things just because they were, they were getting paid to teach you. But other than that, they really did not give a rat's ass about you or any of the other students. I mean, it's kind of harsh, but that's just kind of how it was sometimes. And for some classes, it may be a little different. For other schools, it may be a little different. But that's pretty much kind of how it was for my school. Not a lot of teachers were really that involved with the students. Some really tried and really, they did the best they could and actually like try to get to know the students, get involved with the students' lives, and actually like make sure the students would actually get somewhere and become somebody. Others, they just really didn't give a rat's ass. They were just, they're working for the paycheck and they're done. They're working for the weekends, pretty much. And I want to just, bash on my school, but some teachers are out there just working for the weekends, honestly. And just the sad truth. Some just working for, like, just not have to come to school or teach for the weekends. Others are working, they're still the young teachers. They kind of, just kind of want to work for the weekends and go party with their friends that also graduated from college or whatever. Or party with, like, other party couples or whatever. I don't know. Younger couples. Nevertheless, Davis was a really cool guy. And one thing that I really enjoyed in class is the kind of things we could actually make. Our first project was actually making 3 benches for the school. The school paid for the materials, and we were able to donate one. We were able to have the school keep one of the benches, to keep it in the main office of the building. And then we sold 2 other benches, and I think they ended up making a decent profit where you could like benefit one of the clubs. But I mean, we just did it for a project and we just did it for fun. We're pretty much cheap labor, and we, as rough as it sounds, we were cheap labor that did it for a grade. And glad enough, I actually got a really good grade because my group did really well with our bench, and our bench came out perfect. We had to use all kinds of tools. He had all kinds of power tools in his shop, in his wood shop. I believe he actually also did this kind of stuff. Like he did carpentry for a living. I'm pretty sure that's what he did, because like a lot of times he'll bring like power tools from home and stuff. And he had like 2 trucks. He had one that he would like keep at home, one he would keep at school, so in case he needs to like lug things around. And like big trucks, not like tiny little trucks, but like pretty big sized trucks. And it was kind of cool to actually make things and be able to make things out of wood. That was the first time I actually got to make anything like with my own hands and stuff. It was a really cool experience. It was a real hands-on experience. I mean, it's not as cool as like building a computer, but still, it is my first time building something out of my own hands, like putting things together, drilling things, gluing things with like Gorilla Glue or whatever. He had all kinds of material for like carpentry, and it was really cool. I could really appreciate like the amount of technology that we had, and it was pretty, I don't know, it was we were fortunate to actually have that. That was actually really cool. Like we had, now that I think about it, our shop class was actually probably one of the most like decked out shop classes ever. We like the desk that we had, previous students built them before, like the workbenches. They built them before. We built the actual benches, and then the fun thing that we did in shop class actually build boats. Yes, we were split up into my class was split up into 5 groups, and 4 other classes were split up into 5 groups as well. So each groups of 1, each groups of number 2, each groups of number 3 from all 4 classes would actually work together. So it was like group 1 from all 4 classes, group 2 from all 4 classes, group 3 from all 4 classes, and so on. And we had to communicate by using the notepad and pen and paper, and pretty much communicate like what we did, what needs to be done, what's the problem, when do we want to get something finished, and communicate like that to each other, and pretty much keep like a log with our like group number 1 or group number 2, whatever. And pretty much communicate like that, because we couldn't actually see each other in class, and we just didn't have the time to like get together in class. So, and that was the objective, is like how well can we communicate with other like teammates from other classes without actually facing them face to face. That was like the goal for it. And I gotta say, we made a really awesome boat. We made a freaking awesome boat, and we had a little pond like right in the back of the high school. It wasn't like anything big or whatever, just kind of a small little crappy little pond that nobody really cared about. It was just kind of there. And what I wasn't there for the day, but I remember my buddy Ryan, he was there. He was actually the way Davis tested out the boat to work and if they actually can float is by putting students into the boat. Instead of putting himself into the boat, he would just be like, hey, you, get in the boat. And my buddy Ryan, he actually got it. I believe he actually was asked to get on one of the boats, and he got into the boats that his team made. And yeah, he pretty much, you know, he kind of just floated, and he said it was kind of cool. And when I mean like we made boats, we actually had like instructions, and Davis didn't help anybody unless we used like very heavy power tools, unless we had real bad problem like cutting something or whatever, or whatever. If he had like a major complication, then he would come out and help. But on that, he would just do his own thing, blast grunge metal or heavy metal, whatever he liked to blast in the classroom. Which I don't know what kind of songs or what kind of bands we listened to, but it was heavy, and it kind of got me in the feel of like, yeah, let's go and cut some wood and just like build stuff. That'd be kind of cool. It got us all into the zone. It was kind of neat. And what ended up happening is sorry. What ended up happening is, now that I'm trying to think, yeah, it was freshman year. Never mind. I was thinking for a second that was actually sophomore year. No, that was freshman year. That was really fun. Nevertheless, God, I say nevertheless so many times. Anyway, anywho, we ended up making an awesome looking boat, and like we had to like use all kinds of glue. Like they had like wood glue, gorilla glue, all kinds of like different material. We had to follow instructions, follow directions, and we actually had to also cover the bottom of the boat with I believe it was called like fiberglass. It was like fiberglass netting or something. We literally had to just put in glue, and put it layers and layers and layers on the bottom of the boat until it sealed the entire boat. And then I remember one time he actually got me to go outside the cafeteria. I wasn't really doing anything, so he got me to go outside. I'll put on goggles, put on like a sweatshirt, kind of cover myself up, and actually sand off the fiberglass from the bottom of the two boats to make sure it's nice and smooth. And like the sanding actually took about an hour for each boat, maybe about an hour and a half. So I literally just chilled about 2 to 3 hours outside and just sanded off all boats, taking a break every now and then. It was really long process, but honestly it was kind of fun. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what it is about it, but just actually being able to like put in work and put in like manual labor into something, and it felt good. It felt like a workout. It felt like an exercise. And I partly sometimes miss that. I really would love to re-experience freshman year again and go back to that shop class, to Davis's class, and do it over again. That'd be kind of cool. But the memories will still, they'll still stay with me. And that's probably one of the coolest things about high school is like the memories that you make, and the fondest memories that that are important. I know being like all reminiscent and like a little, little out there, just kind of out there with my thoughts. But at the same time, it is kind of healthy for me to, kind of do this and, talk to you guys and, kind of talk about things other than school and reminisce about the nice days of freshman year. Freshman year of high school was like the best year. So if you are in high school, by the way, make sure to take time to enjoy it and make sure to study as well as have fun. You want to make sure you do both. Studying, I mean, obviously it's important. You want to make sure you get like good grades, if not decent. Try for good grades. I mean, it's high school. It's easy to get good grades in that one. Just put slight effort. Done. And then just be yourself and have fun. That's really all that matters. And the memories that you make in high school are what matters. If you like to have fun with your friends going to the mall or something, then do it. If you want to see a movie with your friends, do it. Don't do anything dangerous or something that can be like illegal, because I don't want to like see any of you guys go like to get in trouble because like I'm reminiscing about high school and you're like and telling you like do something fun. Do something fun, but make sure it's within like legal rights. Wait until 21 to like do all the fun stuff like drinking or whatever. You got plenty of time, trust me. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Hope you enjoyed me reminiscing about high school. I actually feel kind of better. My throat hurts a lot because I'm talking about this again pretty much since I recorded it once before. But it is kind of nice, to kind of talk about things and, just kind of not think about the case study or college or finals. So I hope this video, if you don't deal with finals, I hope this video entertains you. My name is Tamriel. Like, subscribe, and as always, have a great day. See ya!